Ah, yes, we start the streamings. Hello to everyone joining me this fun afternoon. Alright, I'll give everyone a couple more ticks of the clock to come on in here. It's really your choice. I tend to put it on the bottom bun because it usually prevents the bottom bun from going soggy. But lettuce goes wherever the fuck you want. Anyway, this is speaking of that, first video up. Making my favorite McDonald's burger, the double cheeseburger. This is his version.
Probably the burger
Let's see how accurate he is.
I've eaten most of in my entire life. My favourite burger from McDonald's. My favourite takeaway burger of all time. Of course I'm talking about the double cheeseburger here. Now my goal here with this video is to not only replicate the flavours of the McDonald's double cheeseburger, to make it better and also to make it look like the poster.
Alright, 80-20. I don't get pre-packed meat, but you do you.
So do you know when you see the poster and the poster looks so great, but you get the burger and it looks like an Uber driver was sitting on it for about 2 weeks? Well, we're going to avoid that today and we're going to do it the right way. So let's get started. So 20% beef fat here. Now I'm going to use a weighing scale because I want to be precise for the video, but you could just break it in half and break the halves in half.
Except the double cheeseburgers are not 4-ounce patties. It's not a double quarter pounder. McDonald's cheeseburgers are 2-ounce patties.
And that would be fine to do this. It's one of the easiest burgers you ever make. I'm doing the weighing scale version here. You don't have to do any of that, to be honest. You just have to copy the rest of the video. And please make this, lads, because it's simple. You just need the brioche buns, the no-seeded brioche buns, the 20% fat, and a few small condiments that I'm going to show you throughout the video. And leave a comment, let me know where you're watching from as well, and let me know what your favourite burger is of all time. So I'm going to press down the meat here, lads. I've weighed it out. It was around 140 each. 140.
Alright, hold on. I got to do a quick comparison. Grams to ounces. 140 is almost 5 ounces. That is way too big for a McDonald's double cheeseburger. It's 4 ounces of fucking beef. McDonald's cheeseburger patty. Okay, maybe they're different in the UK. Maybe it's a double quarter pounder. Maybe. But McDonald's patties start at 2 ounces of uncooked beef for the standard cheeseburger. It's 2 ounces of uncooked beef. They cook it and then they serve it to you. Again, I'm giving up a lot, but I'm willing to go the extra mile and say, maybe it's different in the UK.
Grams each for these patties.
Because they have the bastard metric system.
Round thing here, which you kind of don't need, but I have these equipments, I have these bits and bobs, so I will use them.
Yeah, I know, I understand it's his version, but you still have to... Then why not just say my double cheeseburger? Not McDonald's. If you're copying a recipe you should at least try to remain within the spirit of it.
I leave the link for all these products in the description. Now they're looking good, lads. So they're looking nice and semi-flat here. I'm going to even them out with my hand. Try keep them a bit even Stevens here, lads, if I can. Now it needs to be much bigger than the bun because they will shrink. Don't worry, I had washed my hands before I touched that bun from the raw meat. Gherkins here, lads. There's always gherkins in these double cheeseburgers. I'm just going to chop up one.
Well, actually, they're pickles, but gherkins are fine.
My family's away, so I'm making this for myself today. And I'm going to chop up some very thin onion as well, because that's what's in the double cheeseburger. And I have yellow mustard.
All right. Technically, and people have called me out, technically to actually recreate McDonald's burgers, you're supposed to rehydrate dehydrated onions. That's what they do. Me, I'm in his camp though. Fuck it, I'll just dice up an onion on my own.
And I have ketchup going in as well. Very simple. We're halfway through, lads. Stick with me. Look at the end result. Let me compare it to the poster and see how I've done at the end of it. Now I have this grill flat plate here, a fantastic piece of engineering that I bought a couple of weeks ago. Again, I leave the link down if you want to have a look at it. Go right ahead. Now I'm going to get the patties on here and I'm going to press them down slightly as well just to keep them even and stop them from jumping up in the air. And I place the two patties on and I'm going to get them a nice colour on one side. Of course, I season them with salt as well, lads. I forgot to show that in the video, but I definitely have done it.
I know this might be a bit of an oversight, but do you have pepper on that? Also, what is with all the flames on your griddle?
Now we have to go on with the yellow processed cheese, lads. That's just the way.
What in the fuck is on your griddle?
And that's the way smash.
I've griddled plenty of damn burgers in my house, and not once did I have flames.
Smash burgers work, and that's the way this burger is working today. So I'm going to keep it true to the original and get the yellow plastic cheese on it. Now you don't cover this cheese, you don't try to melt it, it just melts.
Chris, there's about 8 million recipes online for copycat Big Mac sauce, but literally, yeah, it's if you want a real poor man's version of it, just get a bottle of Kraft Thousand Island dressing.
Naturally itself. I'm going to toast off the bun. If you try to melt it, it goes all weird looking, so I wouldn't recommend it. Toast off the bottom bun, top bun, and now it's time to assemble our burger. So I'm just going to go in with the yellow mustard here, lads, a little dash.
So not going to give the meat any chance to rest.
Yellow mustard, few little thin onions here. You see this in the burgers when you get them. A few of the gherkins and a bit of ketchup. Now that's the first little layer. We're going to get the patty burger on top as well. We call it burgers in Ireland. You call it patties in America.
No, we call them burger patties.
England, I think they call it burgers as well, burger meat. Anyway, more onions, more pickles.
That's
the second layer of burger on top, and just look at this.
Oh, whatever, he's Irish.
Lads,
so.
it's looking good so far. I'm just going to layer up the top bun. You want that,
dude? Unless McDonald's in Ireland are banging, this isn't a McDonald's cheeseburger. This is whoever the fuck this Irish fuck is. This is his double cheeseburger. And it's not bad. I'm not saying it's horrible.
Bite the whole way through. You want onion on top. Onion.
I mean, I'd eat the shit out of this.
At the bottom, meat in the middle. And this is it, lads. Close it up for business. And we're going to compare it to the poster and see how we've done. And this is my version of the double cheeseburger. The burger I've eaten more of any other burger in the history of me.
Again, if it's your double cheeseburger, that's fine. But this isn't the McDonald's double cheeseburger. One, there's way too many toppings. And again, this looks good. Again, I'd eat the shit out of it.
Burgers. Now here it is, lads. It's a little bit thicker in the patties, but I think I've not done a bad job here. And let's taste it and see how it tastes. It looks like it. It definitely does look like it. It looks like a little bit of a bigger version of it. But the flavours, bang on. Actually taste very, very like it.
And never forget, Ireland, America accomplished in 5 minutes what you couldn't do in 700 years. Kick the British's ass.
Beautiful here this was, lads. Really nice burger. And I think I will make this again. I think you should make it. And subscribe to the channel and like the video. It does help me out. If you do this, let me know if you want to see me recreating another burger. I've done the Big Tasty, which should be popping up here. See you next time. Thanks for watching, lads. Hope you enjoyed that video.
All right. Jake might be the best cook in Michigan, but that ain't saying much. And if he ever crosses the border, I'll beat his ass like my Vikings beat the Detroit Lions. All right. For the first time ever, Joshua Weissman is on.
Wow. Our cats just love great customer service.
Customer service. I remember the first time I gained consciousness. It was when SpongeBob forgot the Krabby Patty formula. I know you remember that. Ever since then, I've wanted to try a Krabby Patty. So what if there was a way to do that? That is why today...
A million cooking shows, including mine, have recreated the Krabby Patty. It's a pretty easy one to do because SpongeBob gives you the precise ingredients.
Today, we're going to make...
Let's see, it's bun, patty, pickles, onions, mayo, ketchup, mustard, top bun.
And taste the top 12 most popular foods from various cartoons ranging from SpongeBob, One Piece, The Simpsons, and many others, of which will fight to win the title of the best cartoon food ever. These are all foods voted on by you. The top 4 vote getters are going to receive a first round bye, while the other 8 duke it out in round 1, starting with our first matchup. Number 9, Bacon and Eggs from Howl's Moving Castle. The competitor, number 8, the Bet It All on Black Garlic Burger from Bob's Burgers.
What
For the
the
record, Drive My
fuck?
Car was in second place. You know, I know a lot of people were asking for it, but you can buy black garlic, or you can make it. It's actually not that hard. Just don't try stealing it from Fig Jam. Now, most of the videos online use the Bob's Burger cookbook as fact, but we did our detective work, and guess what? Everyone was wrong. The version Bob makes in the show is totally different from the book. On the show, Bob makes an onion parm red wine vinegar sauce that we presume is pureed, because the bottom bun gets shredded romaine, diced tomatoes, and a drizzle of the sauce. There's no onions in sight at all. Now spread on the black garlic, the only ingredient actually mentioned on your cooked burger patty. Add it to your bottom bun and crown with a mayo brushed top bun. The only
That looks fucking gross. Like somebody burnt the shit out of my cheese on my burger. Also, where are the pickles?
thing that I would hope that we would achieve is some sort of a reaction that might have us going, this is an exquisite.
All right, so listen up. State Farm was trying to charge me $197 for car insurance. No, thank you.
Exquisite mouthfeel. Next up, number 9, Bacon and Eggs from Howl's Moving Castle. While we didn't have an open fire, there is a calcifer appearance. The cartoonishly wide bacon is everything here, and we're committed to that. So we're meat gluing 2 pork bellies together, placing it in sous vide, slicing it, and roasting it. This was not an easy task, but we wanted to get it right. And then we finished off in the frying pan with our eggs. Feed calcifer the shells, of course. Look, we didn't have Miyazaki's budget here. Cook the eggs sunny side up, right in the baking grease until the whites are set. Get a big block of cheese, some fresh bread, and a hot cup of tea ready. And of course, 2 spoons and a fork. Our judges today are Chef Christian, a kid at heart with a very discerning discerning palate. But our second judge is someone we could have never expected. Someone who has brought smiles all across the earth. Bill Oakley, former showrunner and head writer of The Simpsons. I'd love to say it's a small world because now he's making food content and what he calls an elevated lowbrow reviewer on Instagram. We're a big fan of him and we're happy to have him here.
I mean, this is eggs and bacon, but you do have a very big block of cheese and some bread and some hot tea. This is kind of fire. Serving like a bacon steak like that, amazing idea. So instead of getting a ton of tiny slices that are super crispy and maybe almost dry, instead you get this thick, beautiful, luscious, almost steak-like slice of bacon. It's salty, it's fatty. And of course you got some fried eggs. It's a fried egg, so it's not that special, right? But altogether, this makes a pretty classic breakfast. A little bit of cheese, a little bit of bread. I like it.
It's delicious, but the cheese is really what puts it over the top for me. Something about that particular cheese on top of this stuff takes it to another level.
The bacon, thick and luscious. The egg, runny. The tea kind of does help wash it all down.
Let's bring out the burger and see where that stacks up. I will say visually, to me, this looks like a very average burger.
It looks like a burger from a cartoon, which is exactly what it is. It looks like if you were to draw Archie comics, 1959, they're having a burger in Pop's Chocolate Shop, that's what it would look like.
It's actually a very good point. There's a lot of black garlic underneath that.
No cheese.
They're betting it all on black garlic, so let's taste. You know, it's leaving a lot to be desired. I don't know if I would bet it all on this black garlic burger.
It's shockingly bland. Even the black garlic is barely noticeable.
There's a lot of black garlic on this. I'm really not picking it up that much. But all in all, I would say it's like tasty, but it's not like blow my mind. I'd come back to this restaurant if it were a restaurant.
It's really lacking something, and I don't know whether that would be cheese or some other element.
Also, I noticed there's no like acid, like a pickle.
So, yeah, it's lacking in texture too. It doesn't have any crunch in it.
So that's the issue. It's lacking depth, I think is what we're talking about here. So let's vote. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Oh, crazy. I thought you were a writer, I didn't know you were an artist. It seems odd at first glance, bacon and eggs beating a burger, and I get that, but honestly,
The burger wasn't that good.
yeah, sometimes there's beauty.
Well, yeah, because the burger was plain. There was no pickles. And again, if there's no pickles, the burger's going to be garbage. There's no cheese. There's no bacon.
In simplicity, and I think this is one of those moments. Moving on. Number 9, Bacon and Eggs from Howl's Moving Castle moves on to the next round to face our number 1 seeded Krabby Patty from SpongeBob.
Our next first round battle is an anime showdown. Number 5, Naruto versus number 12,
Alright, I may not do this
One
entire
Piece.
thing.
Ramen may be the real secret to Naruto's success, specifically extra large miso tonkotsu ramen with extra
Oh, God. They're talking about fucking anime. God damn it.
chashu from
Can we ban anime?
Ichiraku ramen.
Sorry to all the people that love anime that are my fans and friends. But Jesus fucking Christ.
Now, here's the funny thing. I actually order my ramen exactly like this, and I ordered it like this before I even knew about Naruto. That said, I've made tonkotsu the hard way and an easy way that I've devised. But that would take a while to explain here, so head to the link in the description if you want to learn how to make it.
Alright, fine. I guess I can't ban anime just because I hate it.
I never saw exactly how Naruto's favorite ramen is built, but I've worked with enough Japanese chefs, and this is how I do it. First, a nice miso tare, then a rich tonkotsu broth, creamy and delicious. Of course, cooked straight ramen noodles. There's absolutely no dipping ramen here. Followed by an extra heaping helping of chashu. Your soy ahitama egg, menmen, which is bamboo shoots, narutomaki, or fish cakes. This look familiar to you? Thinly sliced green onion, nori. I don't know how Naruto's eating this every day and not gaining weight. I guess it's all the energy he's expending, but realistically, I would also eat this every day, even without a lifetime pass to Ichiraku ramen. Next up, number 12, Sanji's curry, aka Marine Captain's curry from One Piece. You've been asking me to make this dish for a long time. It
Christ.
starts with freshly ground garam masala, then we go on to seasoning and
God, I hate anime.
marinating our beef with aromatics and yogurt. Next, we finely dice onions, cooked until beautifully browned and caramelized. Then we blanch tomatoes so that we can peel their skin off. Now, to the lard flour base of a curry roux, we then add curry powder and garam masala. Mix until lightly brown and fragrant. Then to a pot of boiling carrots and potatoes, we add the curry roux, beef stock, the tomatoes, and of course, those beautiful browned onions. Give it a mix, and finally, we add our marinated meat and cook. Bring it to a boil, simmer, reduce. Finish that off with some nice sweetness from a freshly grated apple. Serve it up on a beautiful marine plate, and let's just hope you don't get thrown overboard. I'm scared, I'm gonna be honest. I don't wanna let you guys down on this.
Naruto versus One Piece. Which show is better? That's not what we're answering today, actually. But we are gonna find out which of these dishes is better. Let's start with One Piece, yeah?
Oh, wow. It's going to be hard for any other cartoon dish to compete against this.
This is the type of dish where you take a bite and you're like, maybe I'll just have a little. And then you say that about 30 or 40 more times until the plate is empty. It's a classic Japanese curry, but a little bit elevated. I mean, you've got this like succulent fatty beef, incredibly spice-rich curry sauce, and it's just so rich, but it's not too heavy. There's a little bit of...
All right. I don't know if I don't even know if I've ever created a Rumble account. Let me find out. No, my account's still active. I mean, I don't really use it, but... No, mine is still active. All right, I only have one video on it too. If I'm gonna get nailed, if I'm gonna have the anime community come after me, it's gonna be on YouTube. All right, and I have to take a whiz. I'll be right back. Alrighty, dighty.
The sweetness from that apple.
I could eat a gallon of this. We still got 7 more dishes to go.
Now we have Ichiraku ramen. Cheers. How is Naruto not fat?
He's burning mad calories. This is what I imagine Naruto feels when he's at the bar, just housing it, asking for more.
I've always found that the more amount of noodles that I can get in my mouth, the better. This is ridiculous. It's unctuous, it's creamy. It's almost like every flavor you want in one bowl. There's nothing missing, but I don't know that I would say that that's not true about the curry either.
These are both excellent dishes, and it really comes down to what you personally like. The curry makes me crazy. This is great, but it doesn't make me crazy.
Interesting.
I mean, they're both heartwarming, right?
1, 2, 3, boom, 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 boom. Sanji's curry upsets our number 5 seeded ramen from Naruto. To be fair, they're both delicious dishes. We don't have time to talk about it, so we're moving on.
Now we have the battle of the fat man versus the fat cat. This is Family Guy versus Garfield. First up, Family Guy's Carpanini.
Oh, God. There's a million other things you could literally go with Family Guy, not Peter Griffin's bullshit panini.
Look, if you try to put Peter Griffin on a diet, he'll escape to the convenience store and probably make this in his car. So I begrudgingly did the same.
Car panini, panini press, bread, 3 sausages, peanut butter cup,
Of course, don't forget your crumbled Doritos.
and then a Cadbury egg cracked right on top. Oh, God. I don't ever want to see this image again. Now, you might be thinking, oh, well, what about cleaning your hands? Why are these so big, Haynes? Whose are these?
It's used as a bib, too.
Well, good thing it looks like this now. Oh, my God.
There is quite literally nothing good about how this sandwich is made. After we pressed it, the filling barely stayed in the sandwich, and, well, let's be real, it doesn't look good either. Next up, lasagna from Garfield. Wow. There's no definitive recipe out there, but we did lean into a comic strip where the owner, John, actually makes the lasagna. And hearing Garfield say in his first movie, I like it for the cheese and the meat and the sauce. Are those not all the basic things that make up a lasagna? So first, a layer of bolognese, a layer of freshly cooked lasagna sheets, more bolognese, ricotta, and another layer of lasagna sheets. Repeat this a few more times to top with a heavy dose of mozzarella and bake till a deep, rich golden brown. Now we can enjoy nature's most perfect food.
You know that, I think that fucking comic strip, the strip that you're referring to where John makes lasagna, I think that damn thing is like 40 years old.
According to Garfield, not me.
Garfield?
I'm done spending an obscene amount of money on takeout every week. Done.
I'm getting back on track with Factor. Fresh, never frozen.
Kind of popped off on that.
Lasagna?
This is f***ing insane. Thank God we have Garfield's lasagna. But you know, this could be good, hypothetically.
Never say never.
Let's start with the best dish here. This looks like a cross-section that I saw possibly in my nightmares.
It's grotesque, intentionally.
I mean, it can't be that bad, right?
I mean, look at Peter. He's okay.
You know what? It's not bad. You guys don't look like you're sharing the same sentiment as I am.
It's the Cadbury egg that derails the whole thing. It would be tolerable if it weren't for that. It's repulsive. I mean, it's intentionally repulsive. That was the joke in Family Guy to begin with, that this was gross.
Yeah.
And it pays off. In real life, it's just as nauseating.
It almost evolves from like, oh, there's sausage and then there's some sweetness. Okay, now it tastes like chocolate and then it transitions to vomit.
The sausage and Dorito part was pretty good, but it's when that freaking Cadbury egg swarms your mouth that you want to barf.
Yeah, by the way, how the fuck are Cadbury eggs popular? Seriously, they taste like vomit in a chocolate shell.
All right, lasagna. I mean, you know, I don't even think we need to vote. It's standard lasagna. And I think anything that isn't vomit on a plate would beat this. And so, what's your vote?
Lasagna.
Lasagna.
Lasagna. There's really not much to be said. Peter, look, you did something.
It does smell quite a bit.
That said, moving on. And Garfield's lasagna moves on to the next round. Not really a surprise here.
In our final first round battle, we have Jake's Perfect Sandwich from Adventure Time, something I've always wanted to try. And up next, the Simpsons Ribwich from Krusty Burger. Jake's Perfect Sandwich. Let's make a sandwich that is bigger than any other sandwich
What the fuck is Adventure
I think
Time?
I've ever made in my entire life. Now, we will be doing this a little bit out of order, but we will get it all in there. First, we'll start by torching our bread. Spread both sides with cream cheese. Next, some sprigs of dill on your top bun. On the bottom bun, pickles from Prismo. Add some sliced boiled egg, along with any bird you can find.
Ugh, yuck. Alright, this is just me. I fucking hate, and I'm disgusted and revolted by hard-boiled eggs.
Followed by sliced cucumbers, Roma tomatoes, yellow onion, and of course, the finest seasoning, tears for salt. At least that's what Jake would do. Finally, our steak. Next up, bacon. And lastly, you didn't think we'd leave out the soul of a lobster, did you? And honestly, I thought this was gonna look bad, but it's amazing. Thankfully, Magic Man didn't show up before our
So a chicken steak sandwich with bacon. Although I probably would eat the shit out of that.
tasting because
Except if it... okay, there's enough ingredients there to hide the goddamn awfulness of hard-boiled eggs.
I want to put this in my mouth. Now to number 10, the Simpsons.
I'm sorry, if you like hard-boiled eggs, what is wrong with you? They're disgusting.
Ribwich from Krusty Burger. You want this before the meat supply goes extinct. And speaking of meat, we used a mixture of ground pork, ground beef, and ground bacon because the actual meat is unnamed and may have more legs than a pig. Now,
please tell me you didn't put cricket powder in there. Me, when I made my ribwich, I just used ground pork. Or have I done the ribwich, or was that just the McRib? Whatever the hell
I'll let
I
you decide
did.
if we added that. We mixed the seasoned meat and shaped it into a rib-like patty, which we then cooked and lacquered in a nice barbecue sauce placed on a butter-toasted bun, and this probably looks nothing like the imposter at Universal Studios, so prepare for pupil dilation.
Dude, this is absurd. I think if Jake the dog was real and he saw this right now, I feel like he'd be proud of us.
I'm stunned at how much this really looks like it came from Adventure Time. It's like somebody shined a magic ray into the TV and brought that drawing to life. It just has visual elements of that show all over it.
And then we have a very special, albeit much smaller, from The Simpsons, the Rib Witch, which I love that this has the seal that said, it's not just good, it's good enough. It does look hilariously more appetizing just because it's simple, right? You've got like the caramelized meat and a bun.
As someone who worked on The Simpsons for many years, I always thought that Krusty Burger was most closely aligned with Burger King. This looks to me like it's the Burger King's version of McRib, so therefore I pronounce it faithful to the show. Because
Wow.
it's small and kind of sad looking.
It's not about size, it's about taste. So, let's taste.
There's a steak on here too, right?
Honestly, it's pretty good. What are y'all's first thoughts?
It's a lot. I don't even know if I got everything in that one bite.
I think it's pretty good. Like, my main problem is that it's just so huge, you can't get it into your mouth.
I kind of like it. The bar of practicality is in hell, but it tastes great. You got some fresh cucumber, you have some pickles.
This is a gnarly club sandwich. It's got poultry, bacon. I do like the two kinds of cucumbers, the pickle and the fresh.
Okay, not bad. Now pitting it up against the Rib Witch. How do you feel about it?
Masterful job of approximating the level of quality that you'd find at Krusty Burger.
I kind of like that it was simple. In a weird way, I feel like if George Motes was here, he would eat this and be like, this is perfect. Texturally, it's not dry. It's definitely meaty. And the barbecue sauce on there is like a pretty, run-of-the-mill barbecue sauce, but everything pulled together into one sandwich.
If it's there, I'm eating it.
Yeah, 3 and a 2 and a 1. I almost voted for the Rib Witch, but what put me over the edge was, what would I go back and eat again and again? And honestly, the Adventure Time sandwich is good. It's just too damn big.
You would go back and eat it again and again, and it would still be there. That's how much sandwich is in there.
So, moving on. Number 7, Jake's Perfect Sandwich beats The Simpsons Rib Witch to move on to the quarterfinals. On to our first quarterfinal matchup, Bacon and Eggs from Howl's Moving Castle.
All right, this will be
moves
the
on to
last
face
one
our
from
number
this.
1 seeded Krabby Patty from SpongeBob.
This could possibly be one of the most exciting things we could be making today for me personally. I watch reruns of SpongeBob, and I have always wanted to try the Krabby Patty. The funny thing is,
Hey, I like SpongeBob too.
SpongeBob makes it.
My youngest nephew, he was really into SpongeBob when he was a little kid. And he was always like, "Come on, Uncle Dave, I want to watch SpongeBob with you." Okay, not a problem. And I was sitting there thinking, "Oh my God, I'm gonna be bored on my fucking skull." Because my middle nephew from he's not related to me, but we're like brothers. He loved Thomas the Tank Engine. Oh God, was that excruciating to watch. But he liked trains at the moment. So anyway, I've watched probably damn near everything of the early 2000s to mid 2000s SpongeBob, and even found myself watching it when he wasn't around. SpongeBob's a decent show.
It differently almost every single time. Nickelodeon shows 23 ways, and the wiki has over 70. So get your King Neptune's Poseidon Powder seasoned patty cooking. We flip it with our trusty spatula. We top it with 2 pickles with ketchup smiley faces tucked under a slice of cheese. Aw. Then another pickle, because I saw an image that had a pickle here too, so why not? Top with sliced red onion, tomato, 1 nice leaf of lettuce, and on the other side of our bun, mustard and more ketchup. And the real secret ingredient, the one that nobody ever knew was there, love. I should also add that you can't forget to read it a bedtime story, which we did do off camera. And one thing's for sure, when we eat this, we did not forget the pickles, okay? It's there, let's eat.
We've made it to the quarterfinals. We have Howl's Moving Castle versus the Krabby Patty. This might be the most iconic food on the whole list.
Now, I always thought, even though Mr. Krabs runs the restaurant, that this was going to have crab in it.
Here's the theory. Mr. Crab is the only crab in the whole show. So is it made out of his family?
Yes. I mean, off the bat, this is a better burger.
This is a really tough call, man. This is a good burger, but this is an excellent breakfast.
True.
This is generally a balanced burger. Properly seasoned, the cheese is proper. It's got pickles, lettuce, tomato. I feel like this is the most standard ingredients for a burger.
I was extremely happy with my burger.
Yeah, it's super good.
But it's competing against an excellent breakfast. I've had a lot of burgers that are like this, but I haven't really had a breakfast that's like this. This is the toughest call so far.
What would I have again and again? And I think I know my answer.
With a 3, and a 2, and a 1.
We've found the vibe board extremely useful for our design build office and our ability to be able to convey and
Bing, 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 bing. Yes, SpongeBob, thank God.
This was the toughest call of this entire thing. I could have that burger twice a day for 50 years.
Also, nutritionally, the burger's probably better for you.
Honestly, I picked breakfast because I've had bacon and eggs, I've had bread, I've had cheese, and I have tea. But just the setup of all of that, I thought that beat the burger.
Have this for breakfast, have that for lunch, and have the Family Guy panini for dinner.
And then for dessert, the toilet. Moving on.
So the Krabby Patty moves into the semifinals. Now we have the number 12 seed.
All right. We're going to move on. Back to the horror of cooking. And she's making stuffed peppers. At least she's discovered the magic of deli containers. Son of a bitch. What the fuck? Why is there corn in there? Although she does fill out her dress well. Oh my God! She actually has a fucking brain that works. If you can't get a squirt bottle, or if you're doing something that you can't get in a squirt bottle or a condiment bottle, that's a poor man's piping bag.
Perfect. Here you go.
My God, you're not as useless as I thought you were. Alright, now we're going to do something from a little while ago, but it's Smoking with Grilling with AB. We're doing the best grilled sandwich ever.
What's good, everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Smoking and Grilling with me, AB. Now look, this is like really seriously like a, I'll just say a real requested video. Everybody been asking me, about this sandwich. I said I'd put, show everybody how to make it. When I show you, you're gonna be like, man, I don't even know if that was even worthy of a video. Hey, I don't want to over talk it. I just want to show you. Listen, I'm using deli meat from my local grocery store. Super easy. I'm gonna be doing it outside on my griddle. You guys can be doing it in the cast iron, skillet. And when I tell you easy, I mean easy. I feel like I'm over talking, so let's get it. Okay, so you guys can see right now, it's not a whole lot of ingredients, right? I'm gonna go ahead and just start by showing this bread right here. Look, I go ahead and get my loaves of bread. See how it's solid? I'm gonna go ahead and cut it myself. This is garlic cheese bread right here. Hey, listen, that way we can cut our custom slices, put them on this griddle and get them grilled up real nice. Now, we got some pickles. These are just regular dill pickles. I like these. Look at these slices right here. Yeah. Right?
All right.
Then we gotta have mustard. Because listen, you heard me say we're gonna be doing a pastrami, right? So if we doing pastrami, you gotta have mustard and pickles. Okay, and then right here, look, got shredded cheese. Look, this is from block cheese, pre-shredded by myself. I told you guys, anytime you guys get a chance to use your own cheese, shred your own cheese, do it. This right here melts way better. And then
Generally, yes.
Right here, you know, we got to have a little grilled onion, right? So I got myself, you know, some diced onion.
Now, that said, I just did some pizza videos, and I bought pre-shredded mozzarella. Again, I'm not going to kick myself for that, but yeah, generally, if you want to go the extra mile.
And then, you know, for here, I'm out here in California, you guys, you know what I mean? So I ain't got that Duke's. But you know what? I'm going to tell you, this is just as good as Duke's.
You don't have Duke's? And no, Best Foods is Hellman's. And I got to say, blind taste test, Duke's is better.
Duke's right here, right? And
now, I like Hellman's. Generally, if I need mayonnaise, it's whatever's on sale.
Then, here's where it gets really, really nice, right? I just went to my local grocery store, went to the meat deli department, and just asked them, you know, I was looking at the meat, right? I like this right here. Look, this is that Cajun turkey breast. You know, listen, you get it sliced super thin, and then I'm gonna show you how we gonna work the magic on this griddle. And then right here, I got pastrami meat. Real simple, you guys. You guys can go and get it from your deli, however you want to do it. This is just 1 pound each. I'm gonna be real with you. Whichever one you go with, get yourself 2 pounds. Because once you make one of these, I promise you, everybody else gonna ask you, hey, make me one too. All right, so let's get it.
Now, grilling your onions, listen, that's what takes the flavor profile over the top. You know, you gotta grill your onions, right? And then when you're grilling your onions, I always add, you know, just a little bit of cooking oil to them, get them flat, and I add a little water as they start to dry out, as they start to grill.
Okay, so look, now let's go ahead and cut us some slices, right? I'm gonna go ahead and get this end out the way right now. So all you wanna do is just go ahead and cut it straight down. You know what I mean? We'll just leave it like that. And now you cut them as thick as you would like them. I like them a little bit more on the thick side because they gotta stand up. You know what I mean? Me putting that mayo on there, you know? And then when you grill it, then once you pack it with your cheese and the meat, you know what I mean? It can get a little tricky. So when you got thicker slices like that right there, look at that. This comes out perfect.
Again, little too thick for me, because remember the heat from the griddle has to penetrate the bread, and then melt the cheese, heat up your meat, and all that other shit. But again, nothing wrong if you can do it. Nothing wrong with a thick sliced grilled cheese.
I'm gonna go ahead and just cut myself.
Like I said, at the moment we're just splitting hairs.
And I'm using a serrated knife.
You know, we're just splitting cotton hairs.
A bread knife makes your knife much, much easier. So that's that'll give me 2 sandwiches, right? So I'll set this off to the side like that. I'm gonna use these. We're gonna go back, check on these onions, and then we go from there. Okay, so you guys can see, check it out. My onions, they getting away. Ah, yeah, these is right. These are right here. So let me just go ahead. I'm gonna move.
This may be the last ad you ever see. Because with the free ad block extension from
Move these over here to this side. Now, I should have said this earlier, just so you guys know, when you're using a griddle, you want to set it up in zones, right? Meaning, this is my cool zone. It's still on heat. It's still fire underneath here, but what it is it's on low, right? So I can set things over here. It'll stay warm until I'm ready to use it, right? So I just set that here. Then this side over here is hot. You know what I mean? This is where we're gonna do all of the work on the meat and getting our, we're gonna do our meat and we're gonna get our, you know, everything toasted like our bread. So, let's go ahead, take this. Now let me just show you this real fast. You can see right here, look, I pulled it out of the package right now. You wanna talk about thin? I hope you guys can see this. I wanna hold one of these up right here. I mean, this is like super thin. You can almost see through it. You know what I mean? Look at this. This that good pastrami. Right. So I'm just gonna go ahead, take something like this, put down a little oil, turn down my fire just a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and just drop that on there.
Why? Why?
And then when you drop this on here like this, check this out. I like a lot of pastrami on my sandwich. I don't know about y'all, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that on there. We getting close to about a half a pound, you know, but we put this on here like that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just move that over here like this. Add a little bit more oil here, right? And now we're gonna come with this Cajun turkey, check it out. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and take this right here, and I just start chopping it up. Add a little bit more oil to it.
Now, when it comes to the chopping, this part really is up to you. It depends on how fine or how thin or how chopped you want your, your meat to be. For me, I like it the way you see it, real small.
Now, it doesn't take long to cook, right? You don't want to cook it where it's super dry. So what I'm gonna do is,
it's already pre-cooked.
we finna move this like this over here.
I mean, not to be an ass, but it's already pre-cooked.
Just like you see here.
Now remember, we just keeping it on our warm side, right? We just want to keep it warm and hot enough just so that when we add our cheese, it melts.
If you guys watch when I did my other videos, like that Travis Scott burger, take a look at this right here. This right here is what sends it over the top. We're not using butter, nothing like that. For you guys that don't know, that's right, this is mayo, right? We just put a little mayo on here, just like you see. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this on here. Don't knock this until you try it.
Now there are so many things that's making this sandwich just like over the top, all the way down to putting the mayo and grilling it on the bread, to the meat and the grilled onions.
Okay, so you guys can see, got my 4 slices down, right? Let's take a peek at that. Look at that, it's toasting good. You look at that, it looked like butter, but you guys know, you just saw me do that. That was with mayo. Oh yeah, this is working. We'll leave that alone. Now we're gonna bring the cheese into the game. Check this out. We're just gonna put a little cheese right here on the top.
What the fuck is he doing?
I don't know about y'all, but I like cheese.
I mean, AB, normally I love your videos, but I'm lost on this one, man.
We're just gonna leave this on top here and let it do its thing. It's gonna melt on its own. I can put a dome on it. I have a dome right here off camera. You guys just can't see it right now. That would melt already on its own, but we're gonna let it just take its time, let it melt just like you see that. Okay, so my bread is ready on the other side. I just take a little bit. I don't put no whole lot on here. And then what I do is I just flip them over, just like you see there. Just like this here. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is, let's go ahead and take this, bring this here. Let's just go ahead and get us some of this with the cheese all on it. Go ahead and get it just like you see here. Right?
So you are literally gonna have a pound of meat for this sandwich? Or is one gonna be turkey and one gonna be pastrami?
These right here make for some fire sandwiches, folks. Now we gotta put a little grilled onion on the top. I got it. It's all over the place. I ain't doing no neat job or whatever. But I promise you, you guys wish you had one of these, right? But we ain't done yet. I'm gonna get me a little mayo. Get me a little mustard.
What the fuck?
Put a little mustard on there. Get me some pickles.
Jesus, normally this guy is so good.
Right? We're gonna take this. We're gonna put this right here over the top like that. And we're gonna set this over here on the side. Now we're gonna do the same thing with this one here.
Now you can see, look, here we go with the pastrami. Look,
all right, I have got to see the final product. Okay, so it is 2 sandwiches. All right, I'm running out of time, so let's play Steve Raichlen.
Lemon soy London broil.
I thought it was, he'd mix the 2 meats together once they were done, or it was kind of a triple-decker sandwich, or I don't know what the fuck it was. Lemon soy London broil. Yeah, that's exactly what I think of when I'm going to an NFL game. Not cheeseburgers, not bratwurst, not not steak. No, no, no. I want a lemon soy London broil.
It's a touchdown hot off the grill. Barbecue shrimp, it's the start of a new tailgating tradition. And chili beer chicken wings. Bet you can't eat just one.
Oh, God. This is gonna suck. I understand whiskey wings. I understand rum wings. I understand... Beer sucks as it gets heated up. I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Tailgate techniques from my barbecue playbook. I'm Steven Raichlen, and from the beautiful Tubac Golf Resort in southern Arizona,
Oh, of course you're broadcasting from a goddamn golf resort.
It's time to grill. Why do you want to learn how to grill? To increase your knowledge? To delight your friends and family? I know the real reason you want to boost your barbecue skills. To show off at your next tailgate party. We've got some great dishes that are easy to grill in a parking lot and guaranteed to help you smoke the competition. First up, lemon soy London broil.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that'll do it.
One of the things that makes a barbecue satisfying is...
Again, says the guy that has probably never sat through an American football game.
...is that it is a communally shared meal. It probably harks back to the days when our ancestors went hunting as a tribe and then divided up the spoils as a tribe. And I think that spirit comes through a little bit when you cook a large slab of meat, thinly slice it, and then serve it to everybody at the party. Let's start with the marinade. 1 onion, finely chopped. The juice of 2 lemons and rind of 1/2 lemon. Vegetable oil.
Whoa, this must be early, because he's been sucking Olive Oil's dick for a while now.
Soy sauce, distilled white vinegar, finely chopped garlic.
All vinegar is distilled. You have to go to a health food shop to get raw vinegar. Because eventually you're going to get a mother if you're not careful.
Ground coriander, crumbled bay leaf, and black pepper. Whisk the ingredients to mix. Then pour 1/3 of the marinade over the bottom of a baking dish.
I see he's done his stupid fucking ice dish thing.
Next, the meat. I'm using 2-inch thick sirloin steaks cut from a whole sirloin. Arrange the sirloin
And sirloin steaks are trash.
steaks on top of the marinade.
Of course they need to be marinated.
Finally, pour the remaining lemon soy marinade over the steaks.
Then keep the steaks as cold as possible before transferring them to a raging hot grill.
Marinate the beef for at least 4 hours or as long as overnight. The longer, the better.
With sirloin, I probably would marinate it overnight. It's kind of lean. It doesn't have a lot of fat. So,
A lot of mail.
if I for whatever reason went insane and decided to marinate a ribeye, I'd probably marinate it for about 20 minutes.
On our website, and people write in with their problems. And interestingly, grilling the perfect
Well, I wouldn't choose sirloin steak to begin with. His premise is already dog shit.
steak is one of the things that people seem to have the most trouble with. And it's an absolutely core, essential skill. It's
That you fail on miserably.
almost like walking. While the meat is marinating, let me show you how to make some scallion sesame garlic bread. To a couple of sticks of hot butter, add chopped garlic, finely chopped scallion, and white or black sesame seeds.
Oh, okay.
Marinating, let me show you how to make some scallion sesame garlic bread. To a couple of sticks of hot butter, add chopped garlic, finely chopped scallion.
Yeah, that's also known as green onions. Or spring onions. Why the fuck does that thing get fucking like 4 names?
White or black sesame seeds. Stir well. And brush the tops of the half breads with the garlic sesame scallion butter. This is going to go great with the London broils.
Okay, you planning to make sandwiches or what?
And to light the charcoal, we use our trusty chimney starter. Natural charcoal briquettes in the top, crumpled newspaper in the
There is nothing natural about charcoal briquettes, sweetheart.
bottom. You light the newspaper, and in about 20 to 30 minutes, you'll have uniformly lit coals. Beauty of the chimney.
I'm gonna cause controversy with what I say next. But if you're doing briquettes, they burn long enough and it burns off fast enough. Just use fucking lighter fluid.
Chimney starter, it funnels the
Go ahead, bring it on.
heat upwards, evenly lit coals. And if you take a look over here, I have 2 chimneys with lit coals already. I'll just dump out the coals. And I'll show you how to build a 3-zone direct grilling fire.
Now, lump charcoal, I probably would do the chimney with the newspaper. But yeah, the briquettes, fuck it.
Now, Dump the first chimney full of coals on one side of the grill in a double thick layer. Take the second chimney's worth of coals and dump them out in a single layer. And if you need to, you can move the coals around with your simple garden hoe. The idea here is we have a double thick layer of coals for searing, a single thick layer of coals for cooking, and a coal-free or safety zone where we can move the food if we start to get a flare-up.
You know, on a kettle grill, that doesn't work all that well, sweetheart.
Put the grill grate in place.
I take that back. I think he's using a Weber Rancher, which is this humongous grill that also costs about $2,000. So okay, all right, fine. Once again, you're using shit that normal people can't get, can't afford. So okay, in this instance, fine, I'll concede.
Finally, don't forget those 3 rules of great grilling. Keep it hot, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, ouch. Keep it clean. Brush the top of the grill grate and oil the grill.
Don't clean your grill that religiously.
Grate with a cloth grill oiler or a folded paper towel dipped in oil and drawn across the bar.
I would have no problem buying this. I'm not going to because I don't fucking want it and I don't fucking need it. And also, 98% of American families are not going to need a Weber Rancher. Here's a thought. Illinois, Chipotle, whatever the fuck your other name is. Why don't you actually research what a Weber Rancher is? This is him just being peak pretentious.
Bars of the grate. Here are some London broils I marinated overnight. Just grab one, drain off the marinade, and lay it on the grill grate. Cooking time is about 6 to 8 minutes per side. And be sure to discard the marinade. You never want to use a marinade that has had raw meat in it.
No shit. That's like basic cooking 101.
Hey everyone, big heads up, Paleo Valley's running a sale on all their meat sticks right now. You can get 30 sticks for $36, which comes out to $1.
So give each steak a quarter turn to lay on that crosshatch of grill marks. And remember, the grill may be hotter in the center than at the edge, so don't be afraid to rotate the steaks so that each cooks evenly. And if the grill gets too hot to handle barehanded, put on a leather glove. When the steaks are crusty and brown,
pussy,
on the bottom, turn them over and cook the other side the same way. Lemon soy grilled sirloin. It's a riff actually on a Filipino dish I saw in San.
Again, God forbid you actually glorify the greatest grilling culture on the planet, American. It's always got to come from somewhere else. You know, there's another guy that I used to watch as a kid. And, yeah, I'm aware of the accusations leveled against him, but then again, the people that accused him were willing to take an out-of-court settlement, and they didn't even charge him in criminal court. This guy was known as Jeff Smith, the Frugal Gourmet. And as I got older and as I got more into cooking, I went from this beloved childhood icon to somebody that I fucking despise. Because again, he can't give America credit for goddamn everything. And this is, by the way, this is why PBS should be shut the fuck down. They've been anti-American since the goddamn 80s. Anyway. I think that's about it for this live stream. I'll finish this up another day, as well as the tournament old Weissman put out. But I really want to go out now and cook my own food. Or watch my 1980s primetime soap operas. Or play PlayStation 5 and broadcast in silence. Anyway, good night, everyone. Love you all. Hope to see you tomorrow. Good night.